What would you do different if you had that bike? Where would you go?
Susquehanna very simply tells the story of Tommy, who's 12 years old, and the summer of 1995 in small town Pennsylvania. Tommy transforms through the course of the film from this weird, quirky little kid into this person who sees the world for the first time through new eyes. And that world just happens to be this kind of lush, verdant depiction of the small town that I remember, that I grew up in when I was his age. He also starts hanging out with his older brother and his older brother's friends, who are a lot of fun, but these are the type of kids that steal their parents' beer and smoke weed and get in fights and really enjoy this world, through Tommy's eyes as he's experienced it for the first time. And an element that's also there is he falls in love for the first time, Hannah. And Tommy is also searching for a father figure, and he finds someone that he thinks, may fit the bill in his mom's current boyfriend. And this character is not quite ready for that responsibility yet, and we track that through the course of the film. The cinematic experiment that we've taken to calling Susquehanna as, it's really been there from the ground up. The entire reason I wanted to make this film was to explore directing and explore storytelling. I wanted to make a coming-of-age drama that was based on my life in a way, but make it as real as possible. I wanted to make something that the audience would see as genuine. And to those ends, we made the very bold decision to cast an all-amateur cast. Tommy, who plays the lead character, lived 2 houses down from me and would come over during this summer and bug the heck out of me. And we found my parents' owned VHS camcorder, and we just started shooting movies. I'd direct a little one, and he'd direct a little one, and it kind of snowballed into something. We thought it would be really interesting to try to use these kids as who they actually are, and allow them to be themselves on camera and tell a story that was, in a way, based on their lives as well as mine, and see what resulted. The second element of the cinematic experiment was the fact that we shot the entire film on 1988 VHS camcorders. And it was interesting going in, we had no idea what this film was going to look like. People were shooting home movies on it without an experienced eye. And when we approached it very cinematically, we saw the footage and we were just floored with the beauty of VHS that people never really fully explored. But now, the way we're approaching it as artists and storytellers, it takes on a whole new life. Production on Susquehanna was crazy, to put it mildly. We shot 86 pages in 11 days, which is nuts. And we had such a limited budget, but what we had a plethora of was passionate people in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area who just wanted to make a movie and try something different and tell a story that really hadn't gotten out there before. We're running around with these VHS camcorders and we're down the river and we're trying to shoot scenes out in an hour, and the structured improv and the kid actors who were completely unpredictable. You had no idea if the kid was going to be on his game one day or completely off his game the next day, and trying to make everything work. It was so complicated and so difficult, but at the same time it made the finished product that much more valuable. The outpouring of support we got from the community, Scranton-Wilkes-Barre, was just astonishing. And looking back on it, I'm forever indebted to those that helped us out. People were there for us every step of the way. They really loved the idea of a story, their story, making it to the big screen. And it showed every day of production. This is like a film people have never seen in their lives because of the cinematic experiment we approached it as, and because of the locations, which you could never replicate. It sells the authenticity of the film, the raw, genuine nature that makes the performances so strong, that makes just everything flow and work together as a cohesive unit and a cohesive story. And it's because of where we shot the film. And whether it's the community of West Pittston or northeastern Pennsylvania, or anybody who's grown up in the 90s or had an older brother that picked on them, or a girl they fell in love with as a little kid who was just a little bit out of their league, this story is for you. We tried to do something that was very avant-garde and very ambitious in a way, and we think we have a film that we can be very proud of here. The experiment kind of worked, and we can't wait to get it out to audiences.